Real Talk with Mo. Glad you could join me. Like, subscribe, share, comment. CB Lifestyle and Apparel. Lou and Mo Podcast. Real Talk with Mo on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You know, especially check out the YouTube channel. It's growing. It's moving. TikTok, same as well. Let's go. At the end of this video, it was a short video. To me, I don't know. I seen the video, and the person that posted is like Inspire Your Mind, which, you know, I can pull that out of this thinking the video, but the example that he used is kind of weird. It's not weird. It's just very, I can't even explain it, to be honest with you. It's just a weird example. If there's a point, like the good thing, like this, I can see some things, and I see certain things that people are trying to say in certain ways, like you know, we'll talk about the video, but what I'm saying is, like, you can see a video, you can see somebody saying something, and they can use an example, or they can be talking about it, and you can pull different things from it, right? You know, maybe that, and sometimes I misunderstand, like maybe I'm misunderstanding his point in the video when you see it, but let's listen to it first.
40-year-old guy sleeps with a 15-year-old girl. 100% normal, right? So if it's traumatic in one instance and not traumatic in another.
Well, hold on. Let me rewind his video, because it started off weird, and I don't want to misinterpret his video.
40-year-old guy sleeps with a 15-year-old girl. Terrible, right? Rewind 200 years. 40-year-old guy sleeps with a 15-year-old girl. 100% normal, right? So if it's traumatic in one instance and not traumatic in another, then it means that we can.
Even that point that he's making, I don't know. Like, I really don't know, you know, if that was normal. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know any type of research about it, but I don't know if there was a lot of 40-year-old guys marrying 15-year-old girls back in the days. Yeah, I don't really know if that was a thing, like a normal thing in every culture or everywhere in the world. I'd have to look that up. I mean, I have to see, like, I don't know. I don't really know if that was just a normal thing. Okay, I know that happened. I'm saying I know it was probably more happening. It definitely was happening more than it is now, right? There's stuff that you can read about that tells you that, which I'm not gonna get into, but I mean, stuff that, you know, in different, you know, texts that say stuff like that. But I don't know if that was a normal thing, but it could have been.
Basically change the cultural narrative that we're ascribing to our context and make it not traumatic, which means it didn't matter. Which means the only thing that matters is that you chose to make it meaningful.
Okay. So this is what I was saying. That's why I got too far in the video beforehand. But I get the point that, like, the main point I seen at the end is that, you know, we gave it meaning. Like, we gave it meaning, so therefore, you know, is that we chose to make it meaningful. I get that point, right? We kind of made it, like, it was something that was normal. See, he says it was normal. I don't know if it was normal, right? To be honest with you, like, I don't know if if you were to tell me, like, you know, 80% of the older men were dating 15-year-old, 20-year-old younger women. If you were to tell me that, you know what I mean, then we're talking about, you know, it was normal. Or even 50% is dating. Like, I don't know if it was normal like that. I think it was going on, and it wasn't frowned upon, and it wasn't something that people would call you a pedophile for, or jump down your throat for it, or whatever. But do I think it was? Do I know if it was normal? I don't know. I don't know if there's even. I guess there could be probably numbers on it. You're talking about what he said 100, 200 years ago, but. So I get that point about it. That point is not missed on me. I see that point. We put meaning to things. We make, just like words, right? That's probably a better example. Like, for words, we put meaning on the words. The words are just words. right? You call anybody any type of bad word or whatever, right? Out of their name, out of their character, right? And we can go through all the words, and there's words for different race of people. We could say, for people who are Jewish, people who are Spanish, right? You can use those words. They're just words, right? We give them meaning. Like without us, we gave them meaning to where they're harmful. Right? We do that with words. We made up words. We have made up words that are harmful. Now people just, every word is harmful, but just not calling somebody a word is harmful. But we do that. We're doing that now with the whole transgender thing. We're giving it meaning. It doesn't even really. Anyways, so I get that point about it. I don't get missed on. But the point of you talking about, the kids thing, and I think now where we're at in the world, it's kind of like pedophile shit. I don't know. It just seems a little weird, right? That, you know what I mean? Like that would be your example. And I get it. It's just an example, and it could have been he just like thought of an example, and I guess that's it. But to be honest with you, even on that point, right? I think we've grown culturally. Like we've progressed, which I don't like to be on that, but we progressed. We understand science better. We understand people. We understand culture better. We understand things a little better than we did before. And understand that like a little 15-year-old girl is not, any child at 15 is not fully functioning adult. Their brain is not even developed all the way. We understand these things now that we didn't understand then. That's why those decisions are made, right? Now, why it's frowned upon now, why it's looked down upon now, is because of that. Whether it's right or wrong, whether it's something that whether 18 is the number, or it should be 21 or 16, you know what I mean? Like whether the number is correct, we've all came in society, and in the United States for sure, that this number is the number, and then after that, you can do what you want to do. 18, you can get married or whatever, right? A 40-year-old dating an 18-year-old, wouldn't be as bad as a 40-year-old dating a 15-year-old, right? Just because of the mentality. Like a 15-year-old would be now, back in the days, maybe not, right? But a 15-year-old today would be like a 10th grader. 40-year-old man would be like working at a bar, right? Going to adult places, being around a bunch of other 38, 40-year-old people. Whole different mindset, whole different thinking. 15-year-old is watching, cartoons and anime and trying to figure out homework. And a 40-year-old is doing, 40-year-old shit. Which we all know. Before I'm 41, that just seems kind of weird to me. The example, like I said, maybe I'm arguing the example and it's not really his point, but I think even the example is kind of like, come on, I think you could have used another example of, making something meaningful. And I don't want to, pull him out of, what he's trying to, point he's making, but I think, the way the world is going now, especially when we talk about, the P word, right, pedophilia or whatever, I think it's a little on the edge. Maybe he was trying to be that way, but I don't even think it's a good example, like I said, because I think right now, like I said, we've learned more, we grew more, we understand that that's not a good functioning thing. Like I don't know if it's we're studying those women that was in those type of relationships or came out on the other end, with their sanity and growth and all that. We try to, I guess, research and all that. I just don't see as, if that's a good point to make. I just think, I just can't see, like, there's a point where you look at that and it's kind of disgusting, to be honest with you. But, yeah, it's kind of a little like, damn, like this girl's 15 years old. Like somebody that just probably went through puberty, and you're a grown ass man. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's when it's going down that line. And when they say stuff like that, it's kind of. I would love to hear the feedback. I didn't hear any feedback from it, so I don't know. But like I said, I can see the point. of things being meaningful now. So that's why I don't try to take people out of their point. They might be having a bad example, or they might be explaining it not as well, but I try to get like the point. And then also the critique of it is like I said, like I don't know if that's true, first of all, the beginning, and then I don't know if that's something that today we're looking at, that we changed the meaning of it, but it's okay. Like it's only okay just because we figured out. No, we actually like looked into it a little more. Like we can understand, like those are simple things. Like we understand a 15-year-old is not fully developed, right? We understand that a 15-year-old mind is not all the way there, right? There's just a lot of things. It's just those things become the point. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like the 15-year-old is just not. But like you would never see a 40-year-old woman, dating a 50. Well, I can't say that because now the kids and teachers are doing stuff too, which is weird. But I just think it's not a good example. If that was the example he's trying to use, or if he's trying to make that point, then he's definitely off and definitely weird and needs to be, you gotta be able to have that conversation or that point challenged. And I don't know if they did that or not, but this is a video I saw, was short video, but I just had to talk about it because it just seems a little off, especially right now, what's going on in the world, a little weird. If you want to agree with me, let me know. We'll talk with Mo.